Hi people, TS here. Welcome back to Living Blessed TV. Just speaking about players in each position, so from goalkeeper to up front, players that that if we was to sign would of course bolster our squad to help us in for next season, whether that's going to be in the Europa League or Champions League, but more so on the Premier League front, so that we're closer to challenging for the league, and not in a top four battle which we end up losing out on like we did this season. So starting off as in goal, of course next season Bernd Leno's going to be the number one goalkeeper. Well, he has been this season, but of course Petr is retiring. We have both Matt Macey and Martinez, who's been on loan. Matt Macey was at Plymouth, and Martinez at Reading of recent. Now personally I believe one of these two can be a third choice goalkeeper, but we need another goalkeeper to bring in as a second choice in the event of Leno getting injured. I know goalkeepers, they rarely get injured, but you never know how football can go. He could suffer an injury that's for a month or 2 months, and personally speaking I don't think any of those two guys are yet ready to fill that void and be a first choice Premier League goalkeeper. Someone that I believe that is gettable. It may cost a bit of money, but he's Premier League proven. I believe he could do a job as the likes of a Jack Butland. There obviously are other goalkeepers that have like Premier League experience, which I think could do a job also. I just thought of Jack Butland off the top of my head as one of those players that could. Of course, you could look at many players that are starting goalkeepers in the Premier League. At clubs like Burnley and stuff. Whether any of those goalkeepers would want to come and play second choice to Leno, I don't know. That's why I looked at the likes of a Butland at Stoke. He may be willing to be second choice goalkeeper, play in some European games, Premier League games. I believe that's something that may suit a player like that. So that's just one option for goalkeeper. Of course, you can let me down in the comment section below what players alternatives you would have in that position if you do have any. Going to right back, I think the main right back that's on everyone's lips, everyone's heels, that he definitely will be leaving Crystal Palace this summer, will be Bissaka. Of course, he's a right back, but he can push, and he's more of a right wing back. He's got a good pace. He's quite energetic. He pushes up and down that right hand side quite well, and he would be a great addition for us. Now, some people say, yeah, we have Hector Bellerin, Maitland-Niles are slotted in there time to time. Again, Bellerin suffered a major injury in the second half of this season, and Maitland-Niles has had to go in there do a job. Lichtstein has had to play a couple of times. Jenkins has had to play a couple of times. Like I said, both Lichtstein and Jenkinson, I believe both of them will be gone in the summer, and it's not really rocket science. I have a lot of faith in Hector Bellerin to do a good job, but at the same time he needs that push, he needs that challenge. There's no point having just one good right back and then afterwards we just have options to just throw in there as to kind of cover the band-aid. We need proper players, we need good squad depth, and I believe if we was to have a player like Bissaka, both him and Bellerin, they're going to work as hard as possible, putting their best efforts on the pitch week in, week out to be that first choice right back. And that's not trying to lure Bellerin out of the club or anything, but that's just to say that in this team you got to fight for your place. You look at the likes of Man City, not so much defensively but attacking wise, the options they have up top. You look, they got the likes of Aguero, Jesus, Sterling, Mahrez. Like a player like Mahrez has barely featured all season for them, but he's a good option to have off the bench. So although it's a different position, if something was to happen to either one of the two, we'd still have a top level right back to do a job, especially as defence has been one of our key issues this season, where it has been for the last couple of years. So that's an option at right back. I would say that is definitely gettable, and that we should be looking at going and getting. Moving over to the other side, at left back, again another player that's highly touted, and I'll be surprised if he's still at Leicester come the end of the summer, is Ben Chilwell. Now, of course, there may be other left backs in other leagues, maybe in the French league and stuff, that you may find that are a cheaper option to go get. The only thing is whether they're Premier League proven or not, is we taking a risk. At least with Chilwell, he's Premier League proven, and he's got the capability. I look at someone like Liverpool. They bought Andy Robertson, from Wolves, and I thought that Arsenal should have been going to get him from then. Obviously we didn't. And, you can see now at Liverpool how he's turned out to be. Again, some credit has to go to Jurgen Klopp for playing him right and fitting him in well. But, he's done a job at Liverpool. And, I believe a player like Chilwell can do a job at Arsenal. Of course, if not Chilwell, there's also Tierney from Celtic. I believe he's another guy that could come in and do a job and bolster our left-back position. Of course, Monreal, I personally, if it was down to me, I'd let him go this summer. Kolasinac is not a proper out-and-out left-back. And, if you bring in one of those two guys that can play left-back or left wing-back, again, it forces Kolasinac to have top quality performances week in, week out. And, again, it just bolsters that position and, strengthens our defensive core. Going into centre-halves, there's the big names that everyone talks about, the likes of the Koulibalys, Harry Maguire. I think Maguire would be a good player for us to get. I think it's more realistic we could get the likes of Harry Maguire. A lot of people talk about Lewis Dunk from Brighton. He's quite good. Ben Mee from Burnley. There's a guy from Getafe as well, Dijeni. I don't want to say his last name because I'll absolutely butcher it. But, there's definitely some centre-halves out there. The two young guys at Leipzig, Konate and Maseno. There's definitely centre-halves out there for us to go and get, which will do a better job than the likes of Mustafi, Koscielny. Although Koscielny's been good since he come back. Whether I don't think he has a full season in him, and we need someone that has a good full season in them. Personally, I think we need two centre-halves to come in for next season. It's all good with Socrates, of course, Holden coming back from a long injury, but I feel we need two top quality centre-halves, maybe the likes of Sule at Munich and Jonathan Tah. We need top quality players. We need to build a base, and the issue with us at the moment is our defensive as a house. The foundations are the defence, and the foundations are weak, and we're getting exposed every time it's raining. That's an example that I'd give of that. So we can fix our defensive issues. Then of course we fix the defensive issues, we're definitely in a good place in terms of how we can look at the team going forward. So again, with each position I mentioned, just let me know what players you would like to see us bring in certain positions, and which players you believe would bolster the squad. Going into the midfield, of course, you've got the likes of Doucoure and Ndidi. Both of these guys are Premier League proven. I believe we do need another defensively typed midfielder that can do a job. And, I believe both these guys would slot in well alongside the Torreira, give them the freedom and realm to both well move forward and, solidify us in midfield a lot more. I think they'd both do a better job than a Granit Xhaka. Of course, some people may say there's other options out there, but these are the two guys that I'd be looking at if we're looking to bolster this side. Going in terms of width, wingers is something, again, we're lacking. Of course, Reece Nelson will probably feature in the first team next season, but in terms of other players to bring in that's wingers, you've got the likes of Ryan Fraser at Bournemouth. There's a lot of talk about this James guy from Swansea. You've got likes of people like Christian Pavon, Nicolas Pepe, Ismaila Sarr. There's players there that are gettable, that will bolster us on the wing, and will instantly make us a better side. In terms of a number 10 role sort of player, when I look at players out there, it all depends on whether we're going to play a system with a 10. But there's guys like, the one that really just comes to mind off the top of my head is Maddison. I think he could do a job, but I don't really see us with requiring much depth there with that 10 role. Maybe we do. Someone can let me know in the comment section their thoughts on it, but it'll be interesting to see what sort of formation we're going to play next season. But it's not really, it's a position that definitely would need a good goal scoring attacking midfielder, but there's not many out there that I can think of that's really gettable, and I'm really thinking about us from creating stuff from out wide. And then up front, we've got the two big boys, Alba and Laka. Of course, Nketiah will be the third choice striker. Whether we're going to go by another striker, there's talks of likes of Perez. personally, I wouldn't have the likes of Ioza Perez. If we're going to get another striker, I would say put some money down on someone of, you know, some sort of qualities. The likes of a Diego Jota. You know, he would set back some money, but he'll do a job and he'll definitely strengthen and bolster the squad. That's just my thoughts on everything. You know, players 1 to 11. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you later.